We live in a world surrounded by digital distractions. The digital world is so much a part of us that we cannot imagine our lives without it. The humans invented technology to make their lives easier and better. However, they never realized that there is a flip side to technology, and that is distraction. This distraction can take various forms, such as mental addiction, depression, sleep deficit, lack of focus, and many more things. The most common distractions that I see affecting the young adults of my generation are the social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and the gaming world, especially the online gaming platforms. Just like an evil demon, these distractions feed on our personality, leading to a massive change in our thoughts and actions. They devour us completely. In most cases, unfortunately, the change is on a negative side. My parents used to tell me about their childhood where there were no digital devices. When they used to get bored, they used to indulge in social adventures and creative endeavors, and this used to enhance their personality. However, digital distractions of our age are so profound that they have the potential to distract the entire generation. They can stifle the creativity of the entire generation. I speak from my experience of authoring a globally acclaimed trilogy of books that unless we manage to win against these distractions, no creative project can come to fruition. These distractions are not only killing creativity, but they are also resulting in lifestyle disorders such as obesity, mental addiction, and depression. I've shown here that the distractions are the Achilles heel of creativity. They are single handedly capable of destroying any creative project. If we want to do anything successful or creative in life, we have to make sure to defeat them first. There are scores of studies relating overuse of social media and depression. A depressed mind cannot be creative. One such article by Rachel Marks, Melissa Hunt, and Lipson and Young is titled No More FOMO. Limiting social media decreases loneliness and depression. FOMO is the short form of fear of missing out. Through their studies, they found out that when they drastically curtailed the use of social media, there was a significant decrease in loneliness and depression. Brian Solis, in his book Life Space, strongly argues that digital distractions block creativity in our mind. Creativity is a fundamental trait without which we humans would not have progressed as a civilization. We have to unblock the distractions in our mind we have to block the distractions in our mind to unblock the creativity. I was a school going boy who dreamt of publishing a trilogy at the age of 12. It was very unexpected for me to face these distractions during my journey. It was a traumatic but a massive learning experience since I was finally able to win over these distractions and publish my trilogy. And here I am to share my experiences with you all. I failed to realize that the intense effort I was putting on my work was building up stress in me. I had imposed self conceived deadlines to complete the chapters and was finding it increasingly difficult to manage it along with my online study schedule and other hobbies. As a result, my mind was constantly looking for ways for escape. Before I could realize it, I had already fallen into the trap of distractions. I started missing deadlines but never realized anything was wrong. I realized I was justifying myself. Such is the craft of the digital distractions that we cannot catch them destroying our lives. Fortunately, all my devices were on parental control. When my parents confronted me about the data, I was in denial. I genuinely thought that I was spending just a few minutes instead of the hours that the data showed. Slowly and slowly, thoughts clouded my mind. Would I be able to finish my book? What was the purpose of writing such a lengthy book? Would anyone ever read it? Would anyone ever get it published? And other thoughts crossed my mind. In short words, the distractions had successfully clouded my mind and started to derail my creative journey. Now, on looking back, I realized that if it had not been for the parental control, I would have lost in oblivion and I would have never finished my trilogy. The parents are an important part in a child's life. I can vouch that the only reason I was able to win against these distractions was by parental control and working on my inner thought process. However, many of my friends were not that lucky to have parents who were conscious of the damage potential of the devices. Many parents themselves introduce the digital devices to their children. I see parents feeding their children in front of TV to such an extent that they cannot eat food unless they're in front of screens. I even see parents gifting their children extra expensive devices in order to compensate for the time that they cannot give. I always find it strange to believe that parents who would never let their child roam freely in the world of strangers gladly lets him do so in the digital world of the internet. Due to the COVID situation resulting in online classes, the digital devices gained social acceptance and legitimacy by the parents and the school. However, no one ever realized the vast impact of the digital distractions on the minds of children. Many of my friends are wasting their time playing games instead of doing anything creative. The digital world that we live in is so much a part of us that we cannot imagine our lives without it. The makers of the digital devices have a complete grasp on the human psychology. These distractions are such that if a student has not tasted them, they tempt the student until he is forced to try it. Once he gets a taste of these demons, they spread in his mind, completely capturing his thought process. They bring a negative change in his personality. Resisting the urge to use them only makes them go stronger. We may unplug from these devices umpteen number of times, but we cannot outwit the algorithms designed by thousands of psychologists, software engineers, and sociologists. So, what's the way out? Is there a way to win against these distractions? Answer could be both yes or no. It all depends on whether we can dominate these evils or they dominate us. The fact remains that they are here to stay. We must learn how to live with them in such a way that they don't distract us and we can take use of them. I can vouch that the only solution to blocking these distractions is a goal. If we don't define a goal and if we don't work towards it with passion, we are bound to fall into the trap of distractions. The next important thing is to seek help. These distractions are such that we cannot fight them alone. It is a situation like falling in a marsh. If we fall in a marsh and if we try to get out, we are bound to sink further. We must take the help of our family and friends. Once we let these digital distractions take our lives, winning over them is a massive project which includes both the help of us and our family. Another thing is that we have to realize that we go into these distractions because of the fear of getting bored. I believe that the school and the home both have to unite to fight this problem of the distracted generation. The school and the home both have to cooperate. The school is an important stakeholder in the creative journey of a child. However, they haven't realized the adverse effect of distractions in the minds of children. Although the school keeps harping on about the importance of creativity in children, I don't think they have realized that distractions also kill creativity because the issue is still not being talked about with the intensity that it deserves. I propose that the school should recognize boredom as a serious research issue and should make efforts to bring back those who have already gotten far too deep into the trap of distractions due to the fear of getting bored. We must take the help of the school by structured interactive sessions. The school should design boredom sessions with the help of psychologists. But only intervention at the school level is insufficient. We must take the help of the home. The home environment is necessary for the nurturing of a child's spirit. The home has to realize that they have to monitor the screen time usage of their children. The school can rope in the parents through interactive sessions in which it can expose them to the harmful effects of distractions. They have to make them realize how to monitor the screen time usage of their children. I urge the policymakers to take note of the enormity of this problem and they have to make efforts to bring back the generation. We are a distracted generation now, serving as products for the interest of the big tech companies. Creativity could be the biggest casualty. If we don't fight these distractions and if we don't win over them, the society will realize its effects too late. As Carrie P. Snow said, technology is a queer thing. It brings you great gifts with one hand, but stabs you in the back with the other. We have to make sure not to get stabbed in the back, and we have to use the technology in such a way that it doesn't distract us and it brings us the advancement of the human civilization. Thank you.